in-depth questions on fiscal and monetary policy, and today, tonight, tomorrow, and every day about when the Federal Reserve just talked for my U.S. audience, my big jabronis, why U.S. Treasuries skyrocketed 6% as soon as the Fed talked. Because what the Fed said, look at that. Remember when I had this target? Vincenzo has a long standing call. I did this breakdown in TA, and I said this was a fake out on a breakdown, and our long-term target by the end of summer and interest rates are pushing way up here, way up there. Vincenzo's had this call out for a few weeks that's a fake out. We're in a bullish consolidation, and interest rates are coming way up here is our targeted move. Let's clean out some of this malarkey. On the breakout, this is, God. Come on, where the fuck do you go, 10-year treasuries? Polar industry exclusive drawing tool. On the breakout of this bullish formation, you see the flagpole. This is the flagpole, top of it, right? Delete that. And then here's the flag forming. On the breakout, this is my target. 2.60, just over 2.5% to 3% in the 10-year government bonds. That's my outstanding forecast. And what Jerome Powell just said today is they're not going to do anything to fight inflation until 2023 when they start to raise interest rates, right? But only by a half basis point by the end of 2023. So that's nothing. That's why this pumped, and it's going to keep pumping, and it's going to try to control inflation and to contract the money supply by slowing down lending, by raising interest rates in the bond market, in the treasury, in the bonds, and make it more expensive to get loans, right? That's how you contract the money supply if the government won't. But it's not going to matter. These things could go up to 10%, but before you get to 10%, it's going to cause a financial collapse, and that's why you've seen the stock market start to roll over on itself as soon as Jerome Powell opened his mouth. And the stock market is, fuck's the stock market at? And remember, Vincenzo on Monetary and Fiscal Policy Friday last week showed you how the stock market's in a rising wedge. How the fuck did it go? The stock market's in a rising wedge, even bigger and more absurd. Go watch some videos. I got them cataloged for you. Then the Bitcoin rising wedge that I dissected, sniffed out, and deciphered. And nailed that forecast from 63,000 and how I predicted the collapse. But look at this even more absurd rising wedge in the Dow Jones. Look at this. Zoom out to the weekly. That's why I always go out. And this is ever since the COVID collapse, right? The manipulated pump now from the Fed doing everything they can. Look at this rising wedge. This is absurd, you know? And the target out of a rising wedge is the bottom of the wedge. So as soon as you break out, you're coming straight down there in the Dow Jones, right? At the same time, oil is going to be skyrocketing because the dollar is going to be losing value. Price label. Here's your major support, 34,000. Bam. Clone. And if you break that, you're coming down to 20,000 right away. That's a huge collapse with our industry exclusive drawing tool. You know, this is the same thing Bitcoin did. 36%. Same thing Bitcoin did. It had falling volume, right? You had a crashing volume, right? Then you had an up and sideways huge consolidation for the last 16 months with crashing volume. That's very bearish. Often a sign in a rounding top fashion, as you're seeing here, which is going on the back of my shirt, rounding top fashion. The buyers or the bulls are being exhausted, and the sellers or the bears are taking over the market, and the price is going to come down. And it is. And the first stop on a way down is the 200-day moving average down here at 21,000. And this is just absurd that nobody's seeing this. It's teetering, and it's going to crash. And the Fed's pumping in billions of dollars a month, $5.5 trillion in inflation this year, and it can't do anything because it's done. Look at the volume. It's done. Everybody that's in the market is in the fucking market, which is everybody. And this thing's going to roll over on itself. So be very cautious if you're in the market, because this thing is going to roll over. And as the U.S. stock market rolls over and we have a major financial problem here and around the world, emerging markets might go down initially, but are going to, as the U.S. dollar keeps collapsing and we have a huge financial crisis here, like '08, emerging markets are going to skyrocket as the dust settles and the U.S. economy goes into a depressionary inflation period, stagflation. You're going to have depression with no jobs, food shortages, all that shit, wage and price controls, depressed growth, along with inflation. So that's stagflation. You're going to have stagflation, but in emerging markets that are well better off with manufacturing and savings, those businesses are going to do phenomenal and skyrocket, just like we have the last 25 years. We're going to go down, they're going to go up. Have your money and chips on the table accordingly, because the United States is going to roll over. This is absurd that nobody's pointing this out. This is even more absurd than the Bitcoin rising wedge, which are bearish reversal patterns, and you have a long way to go. My ultimate target within the next couple of years before Joe Biden's out, unless they just make hyperinflation like Venezuela, then this is all off the table. And you might have a $1 million Dow Jones. Yeah, as Vincenzo said, $1 million Dow Jones if you have hyperinflation. But assuming all the money printing, it can't save the markets and put you into hyperinflation because you just roll over, you're coming down, way down here. This obviously, the Dow Jones goes farther, but TradingView doesn't show it for some reason. But you're coming at minimum down to 12,000. You're going to fucking roll over on yourself hard, fast, and thick, unless they pump you into hyperinflation. But even before they do that, you're coming down to 15,000 really quick as soon as you break this wedge. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love. Peace. Right. Yeah. XLM. Bam. Crashing just like we thought. Look at that. I mean, I couldn't have drew that fucking shit any better for you. Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. Look at that. It's following it beautiful. Like, I drew that yellow line back here, right? And it followed it beautiful. And I've been telling you our targets. We're running out of time in this falling, descending triangle. If we zoom out, bam. See that? See that right here? It says descending triangle. Let's pull out our industry exclusive and company made famous perching tool, and we're going to perch low underneath. Hello, right here. Look at me. I'm Vincenzo's Crypto Investing. I can pivot. Bam. Pivot. Bam. Bam. I can see everything. I hover. I can just hover. I feel like I'm hovering, and I can point out jabronis. Jabroni. 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 Jabroni killer right here. Waiting to bam. Shoot him down like we said. See this pattern right here? That upper resistance. That lower support, the upper resistance, high, lower high 3, lower high 4, lower high 5. Bam, 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 bam. Jabroni killer, or duck hunter, bam, bam, jabroni killer, bam. Oh, look at that. Jabroni killer, Jason Allen, my man, supporting the channel. You see that up here with the arrow? Industry exclusive purchasing tool, $10 a month, supports the channel for Jabroni killer. And then as soon as we're monetized, you'll get all the perks that the YouTube subscription gives you. I'm not exactly sure what that is because I haven't looked into it yet. But why, if you're going to join that, is when I monetize for $10 a month for Jabroni Killers, why not just start being a member of Jabroni Killers early so I can get better equipment, better microphones, better laptops, and all that stuff to make this a better overall educational and entertainment experience. But thank you for that support. That man is awesome, along with Digital Asset Dad and plenty of others that I can't think of their names off the top of my head. KB something's one of them. My man that I always talk to about B2 Gold, he's another longtime supporter of the channel by sharing and watching and liking and commenting and asking questions and wanting to get educated. He's a phenomenal listener, and all the rest of you that do that, I love and appreciate all of you. But this is a descending triangle where you have lower highs and then the same, bam, resist, support, the same support line, but descending highs and horizontal lows. Those are bearish, and they usually break down. If they were flipped around, it would be bullish, right? If this whole thing was flipped upside down. And I think it's coming down, and I've been telling you, super simple and easy, that it's coming down to 31 cents. I've been saying that for about 10 days since the price was up now. that's coming to 31 or 27, then it's coming to 21, right? That's what's going on in XLM. And we're going to end out with DGB and XRP. Same thing. It's in the same channel. I have a lot of drawings on here because I was having fun earlier. We're going to erase all that. I really need to clean this chart up. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Look how easy this is. Super simple and easy. Did you see how easy it was to try to XLM? This is in the same pattern. I just want to clean this up to make it that much easier. See that? It's the same pattern. We'll make that white, and then we'll make this bottom one white. See that? Same pattern. And it's going to break down. I've been telling you this for a while. Since 6-8, I did something. Pull out our perching tool. Same exact pattern, and you're going to break down out of this before you make new highs way up here. Before you come up here, see Vincenzo. Hello, Vincenzo. I'm perching up here from the number 6-8 of the June of 2021 and the 8th day of that month in year. Up here, before the price gets up here by Vincenzo up here, the price is going down there. Before, let me make that clear. Before the price gets up here, write it down. Before we get way up here at 10 or 15 cents, you know, north of 10 cents, north of 11 cents, you're going way down there first. Before you go way up there, see that? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cents. Before you go up there, you got that? Before you go up, come on. Before you go up here, you're going way down there. It's going to trade. It's going to take a while, but you're going way down there. And DGB and XRP is the same exact thing. Look at that. I mean, this is super simple and easy. We need to be talking about other things, right? Same thing. It's going way down there with my pointer tool, way down here. Before it goes up here, it's going down here, 31 cents and maybe much lower. And you guys really need to start asking me questions, in-depth questions on fiscal and monetary policy, and today, tonight, tomorrow, and every day about when the Federal Reserve. Yeah, Phil. No. I'm not a financial advisor. No, I'm not. No. Do I play one on my radio show? Phil, don't be the rock side, bro. No, I'm not a financial advisor, Phil. Yeah, I got a guy. See, that knows a guy. See, that's a guy. See, so you need a financial advisor, do you, Phil? Well, that's not me, Phil.